Welcome back to Black Tea Uncut. What's up, Uncut Nation? This is the place where the truth stays hot and the tea never cools. Come in, take off your shoes, relax, have a seat, and get your daily dose of truth served raw. The tea is balling, the drama is heavy, so let's get straight into it. Here at Black Tea Uncut, there are no filters, no edits. So go ahead, pour up your cup, pour up whatever you want in it. I won't tell if you don't tell. And sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
I'm here with Joseline, and this is a very special moment. So, I just wanted to say before we start talking that, this is not a forced conversation. We didn't coerce each other to have this discussion. Nobody paid each other. She didn't pay me. I didn't pay her for this. This is for us to really just express ourselves and our feelings and really tell the truth about what happened. So, and why we are here. So that's what I want to say initially. But yeah, it's crazy. We ran into each other the other day.
I don't know if they gonna believe it. I don't know if they gonna believe it. I'm still kind of like not believing it, how we ran into each other at the mall or outside of the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
When we, after we talked to the lawyers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's up, Uncut Nation? What is up? So y'all already know when something catches my attention, I don't like rushing to judgment. I like to sit back, watch, rewind, pay attention to people's words, their energy, their body language, and the things that aren't being said. Remember, the most important things is what is not being said, not really what's being said. Clock it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about Zeus Network CEO Lemuel Plummer and Joseline Hernandez after a recent live that Lemmy uploaded. Now, before we even get started, I want to make something clear. I paused right there so you can see the body language. First, you're going to see when he says this wasn't forced, coerced, or anything like that. We just decided to basically come together and sit down and have a conversation about what transpired. There is more of a shocked look, not extremely shocked, but it's there. That's why I kind of froze it. And I want you to look at her reaction when he said that. Then she responds by saying, yes, after we left the lawyer's office, as soon as we left the lawyer's office and went to the mall outside some type of restaurant, I run into you. But she says it like it's uncanny. Like she doesn't trust that it happens naturally, organically. She believes that something maybe, I'm just thinking, guys. So hear me out. She can't figure out how he and her ended up at the same exact place moments after leaving the attorney's office. So as soon as she was about to take him to court and maybe they went for some mediation, not fully, and I'm watching this for the first time with you. So as soon as they leave the lawyer's office, she runs right into him. And she seems to not believe that's organic. That's just my opinion, allegedly. All my opinion. No one else has said this that I know of. But that's what I take. I want you to rewind if needed, or you can just see right here the look on her face, hear the tone and what she says it, and come up with your own opinion. And if you disagree, just say, BlackTea Uncut, I don't see that. But if you do, I want you to leave it in the comments and let me know that you see what I see. Also, notice that when she says that, and mentions the lawyer office, he seems to get nervous and he grabs and starts tugging on his hat, which is like a tendency that we do when we don't want something said, wish that would have never been said. We maybe fidget with something. We're like, oh my gosh, why does she have to say that? You know how I do sometimes when my kids say something, I'm like, oh, here we go. You know, but in this case, it's more like, you know, I hope people don't catch that, and I hate that she said that. But regardless, he left it in there. So pay attention to that. Now let's get back in here, because I really want your opinions. Is Lemmy deboing Joseline? Is this an organic meetup, or is he kind of bullying her? Possibly not. Again, everything I say here is alleged, and everything I'm discussing in this video is my personal opinion and commentary based on a publicly available video and content. I'm not stating facts about anyone's private thoughts or intentions. I am simply sharing my observations and inviting you all into the conversation. Now let's go.
That was crazy.
So just so they know, you had your lawyers, and we had our lawyers.
Right.
Talking.
Right.
Trying to find some solution.
Right. For the last few weeks. And literally that day, after that day, that night, which was just like a few days ago, I was like, I told Bonnie and Billy, I was like, let's go get something to eat. Let's get out of the house. Little did I know I was going to run into. That's the craziest shit. I'm still kind of shocked, to be for real. I'm still like, I still can't believe it.
Yeah.
Because it's been a lot going on. Like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, do you see again? She's reiterating that I still can't believe it. I'm still in shock. We were sounds like at home. And she said, let's go get something to eat. And boom, she ran right into him. And she says, I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. I still can't get over it. She's constantly repeating that, reiterating that over and over again to let us know, I think, allegedly, that she still doesn't believe it. She says, I still cannot believe that. Also, she says, we've gone through a lot. We've been through a lot. There's a lot going on. As if to hint to, there are a lot of things behind the scenes that's been happening that's been very uncanny as well. But this right here took the cake. Because maybe he's not a person that normally goes to the mall to eat. I mean, maybe she really believes that this is a very unusual place that she expected, the last place that she would ever expect to run into him. However you can take it, it still sounds like she's definitely trying to say or saying that I cannot believe this. I'm in shock. I don't know how this could have happened, how we ran to each other right at the attorney's office, and there's a lot of things going on that has happened behind the scenes that may not be publicly known. So I think that's another key factor to watch. Or here, Uncut Nation, I need you to sound off. Let me know if I'm stretching, reaching, going too far. Are you picking up the same thing that I am picking up? Uncut Nation, I need you to sound off, because that's what I'm picking up. I'm telling you. One thing about me is I'm a pro at reading between the lines. And it comes in good when you're married as well, because you know how those husbands are. They forget to tell you certain things. I'm like, okay, wait a minute, I'm missing something, you know. And that has led me to be married for a very long time. So, let's listen. Clock it.
So, I don't know. I don't know if it was God. I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah.
As far as like us running into each other the way that we did. You didn't want to talk to me. You was like, I talked to Ballistic. I went to talk to your ass.
Because you came in hot. You was recording me.
No, I know.
He was like, hey, but this guy right here, she was going off, and I just said I can't do that right now. And I agree, she was very emotional, and I will say it was extremely random. I was in the car eating McDonald's. And I never eat McDonald's, and I was just in the valet area at the mall, and my security kind of ended up like they were like in front of the car, and then they got in front of you, and then it was like
we talked for a long time.
Yeah, and then it was like Joseline and Ballistic, and I was like, all right, I didn't expect that, and then we just, you kind of were expressing yourself, and then I said, hey, I'm down to talk to Ballistic, and then before, because you were pretty frustrated, and I didn't want to get frustrated, so Ballistic and I talked for a good minute, and then I think once we had a pretty solid understanding of everything, you came in, and then we started to have a real heart-to-heart. I know you were expressing yourself, you were very emotional, and you were very genuine, and I was listening to your heart and what you were saying, and I felt like, hey, this is worth us really sitting down and talking more about it, and maybe independent of lawyers and teams and all that, maybe we just talk and have dinner. And I think once we talked, and I got LJ and Jason on the phone, we just started to kind of go through everything, and then we had dinner the next day.
Now, did that face give like a yikes look? As if she's like, yikes. Like, I'm still unsure. I'm still don't, something just seems off. Are you picking up the same thing, or am I bugging? Please, please let me know what you think, Uncut Nation. I really want to hear what you think. Because to me, right there, she's looking like, ooh, like she could remember it like maybe it was yesterday. But that's how she's looking like, oh my gosh, it was just terrifying to actually see you there. And she was so scared, sounds like, allegedly, that she started filming him to confirm and prove, to have proof that he was there when she came there. And evidently she's fearful of him and started yelling and being upset that he was there. Now, he's in the mall near a restaurant eating McDonald's. Anyone else thought that was strange too? I mean, maybe it's just me. I can't think of a time that I was in the mall around a restaurant eating McDonald's, but to each his own. I guess, anything is plausible. But yeah, it just looks like she's really, really intimidated. And that's just not the Joseline that we know. We know the real Joseline. I know she's pregnant, so maybe she's in mother mode, protective mode. Very extremely protective, and maybe a little extra, maybe paranoid. But yeah, she doesn't look like she believes that this was a genuine coincidence, or that she feels good after the conversation. But let's continue. Maybe she'll warm up later. Right now, not so warm. Let's go.
And then we talked about it, and we said, hey, maybe it's important to publicly just, talk about some of the things that were said. And I think for me, that was really important because, my character, my integrity is everything for me, just like I know it is for you. And, no matter how mad people get and frustrated, I just think that it's important to always be truthful about certain things. And so for me, when I heard some of the things that you said on social media, because I went live a couple times, it did break my heart, and it was very emotional. And you have a powerful voice in our culture, in our community. And so when whether you say things, whether you mean it or not, or whether you hear things and you're echoing those sentiments, it still means something. So I just was very, very much hurt and very much disheartened by specifically some things that you said. And so I did write them down, just a few, because you did say a lot. But I'm not gonna get into everything. But for me, just saying the whole, Diddy Jr. comparison, just implying any type of criminal or abusive conduct was like, that was very hurtful, because that's not me. That's not who I am. And no offense, I know he has children and family, and I'm not a part of that whole situation, but I'm me. I'm Lemmy. And so when somebody compares me to somebody in that way, I do take offense to it. It was also just the, trafficking women. That's not me. That's not who I am. That's not what I.
So, Lemmy, did you come here to talk, or did you come here to just clear your name? That's what it's given. It's not given that you came here to have an actual conversation, at least not up to this point. And we've been here for a few minutes now, over 10, and you're still talking about what was said about you, not about anything that you did to her, just everything that she said about you. And also, have you noticed that he does very, very little eye contact? Very, very little. He's looking at towards the camera, down to the paper, everywhere but to Joseline. Gives untruthful, dishonest. It's just not hitting the way he probably intended this to hit. But, again, this is all alleged. This is all my opinion. Only my opinion. Nobody else's opinion but mine. So, but I do want to know, do you agree with me on that? Or so far, are you like, BlackTea Uncut, let's just go. Let me see more. I need more. Okay, so if you need more, let's go.
I've never done that. I've never been arrested. I've never been to jail. I've never been to prison. I've never been accused of any crime in my life. I'm not going to say my age, but for all the years that I've lived, I've never had to experience that. And then, being violent towards Janisha and Scotty, and when you said that, that kind of hurt. And, it was a lot of things. There's no dead bodies at Zeus. I actually thought that was funny. The dead bodies comment was actually pretty hilarious, because we've never been attached to a dead body in our life at Zeus or been a part of anything like that. And then my dad being a part of an Israeli mob group, that's just the furthest thing from the truth. So I just, it's just little things like that that just really, and obviously there was other things that just were completely false and untrue. And I know we talked about it outside of doing this video. And so, I just, I know we both thought it'd be important to address that. And for them to hear from you, from them to hear from me, because it's important for us to, forgiveness is important. But, you've been a content partner at Zeus for many years, and you have brought tremendous value to the network, and you have meant a lot to me personally, and professionally. And so when I heard that, it just, like I said, it just kind of broke my heart. And so I did cry about it. I was hurt by it. And I'm sure you were hurt in your own way, because, and I want to say this because there's no universe. And just so everybody knows, she is 1,000% pregnant, okay? Can they see that you're pregnant, Jocelyn? So they know. I don't know if you want to stand up so they can see. So all the rumors of her being pregnant is just, yes, there you go. And you look good. You look good too.
Thank you. You might not see it too much because I'm like.
Yes.
I feel like I'm pretty big though without.
You look great. You look great. So
people love to talk.
So we can end the rumors of her not being pregnant.
I didn't know that was a rumor.
There was a rumor when all this was happening. People, she's not pregnant. I heard quite a few people saying, but I wanted to say I say that to say there's no universe where I would ever intentionally or even unintentionally try to harm you or your unborn child. And I know you had mentioned that, you felt like because of certain business decisions that I was making, that was intended to hurt you or to cause your unborn child to be not born or to be affected. And I want to say that's not the case. And I do want to say I do apologize for how certain decisions that I made you feel. That's never my intention to make you feel any kind of way or to cause harm to you. So, I do apologize for how you feel about what you felt I did. You start your own network and you had some projects, and I felt a certain way about all of that because of how it went down. And, I'm always going to support you. I'm always going to support, everything that you envision and what you desire. So, for me, it was just important to just let everybody know, and you specifically, that I would never do anything to try to cause harm to you and your child or your family ever in life. That's not even in me in general. So, but I do love you and I care about you, and I do appreciate this moment. That's all I got to say.
Well, thank you for saying that you love me. I love you back. And truly, I am very disappointed at myself for going about it that way. And I truly regret from the bottom of my heart everything that happened. Anything that I said and went online to say. Like, I really, truly regret that, and it was wrong. We are definitely a lot closer than that. I know that being pregnant brings a lot of other emotions, and we've been through we bring through so many things that people don't know about.
Right.
We've been through a lot of things throughout the past 7 years, and I've never went online to say anything about anything that we went through. So I'm very disappointed in myself, and I regret that from the bottom of my heart, because
That right there is also very telling to me, in my opinion, because she says we've been through a lot. Like, it's so much that she has not told, that, she can't believe she went and told this time. She does still appear to me to be frightened. She appears to want to make amends, so therefore she can remove some of the fear or some of the bad blood between them. This is all alleged. This is all my opinion. This is all my thoughts. None of this is based on actual factual information, and just based on my observation, like right here. From here on, I'm going to kind of let it play out and just come in a little less, so you can really get the full effects of, of what's going on here. And I do want you to really sound off. I want an unbiased opinion. So I'm also speaking from what I'm seeing here. Unless something really, really stands out, I'm going to kind of let it play, because I thought this was interesting. Now, again, I could be completely wrong. And Lemmy may really be innocent of everything accused, and is innocent until proven guilty, may I add. So therefore, this hasn't even gone to court for any type of legal thing that I'm aware of. So it's just basically all speculation, hearsay, and gossip at this point. But I'm just picking up from I like to watch body language. I'm not a body language expert or anything, far from it. But I'm telling you, I'm pretty good in my real life, So let's get back in here and look at the way she's looking. She does want to put this behind her. She really does. I do pick that up, allegedly, in my opinion. But does she really feel that he did those things? To me, up until basically from what I'm seeing up till now, I would say yes, but she wants to make it all go away, so that way she can just focus on getting, she's probably in the mid trimester, 5-6 months, has a few months to go, and wants to have a safe and happy, joyous pregnancy and delivery, and not be bombarded with threats. And by him popping up at that mall, showed her how quickly things could have went left. And she doesn't ever want to probably feel that again. He's letting you know, perhaps, allegedly, I can find you anywhere, So, the place that she never thought he would be, he was there. That's what I'm thinking. Again, all this is alleged. But let's go back in here and watch. And sounds off, Uncut Nation. Please sound off. I really want to hear what you guys have to say, what you guys think. And
it was a lot.
Where do you see this going?
It was very emotional for those first 3 months. I mean, I think people don't understand. We've been going through this for a few months now, and it really took, got the better of me for sure. And I am sorry, like I told you already. You know, I apologized the other day, twice already, when I seen you back to back.
Yeah.
And I'm still shocked that we're here and even talking about it.
Yeah.
Just because it's just a lot. It was a lot that happened.
Yeah.
It was a lot that happened, but I feel like this time it was just like, okay, we're done. This is it. There's no more going back. We're over. There's no more cabaret. There's no more relationship. There's no more nothing. And look at God, brought us right back together. I couldn't believe I seen you the other day at the mall. I was shocked that I seen you.
Yeah.
But listen, they didn't want to pull over. I was like, no, pull over. Let's go talk to him. Let's go see. I know the lawyers have been going back and forth, but I wanted to see you in your face and talk to you. And I don't know why I felt like that, but I wanted to have a conversation with you face to face. I feel sometimes like the lawyers can't communicate how we feel.
Yeah.
Right. And they always like just going back and forth like however they want to do it. You know, everything's got to be so perfect and how they want to do it in order for things to move forward. And I just didn't want things to move forward like that. You know, I respect you, I respect your family, and I feel horrible about some of the things that I said, and I still do. And so even with the lawyers, you know, they don't think this is a good idea for us to even be having a conversation. But I feel truly in my heart that this needed to happen. Yeah. And that's why I wanted to happen, and I want to apologize to you and tell you how truly sorry I am. And this would never happen again, no matter what I go through. It was also a learning experience for me, because I feel like I've been like, you know, forever just kind of like, you know, playing such this hard shell. But this really showed me that I do have emotions and that I can, you know, break down just like anybody else can. Yeah. So this has been a learning experience for me, but, you know, even the fact that I got to come sit in your face and just apologize about my wrongdoing, it's, you know, it's something that I regret very much so, and I'm having to stand up like a woman, and, you know, and I told you my feelings. I told you that I feel hard, you know, I feel like you wanted to hurt me. You know, I truly feel like that. And I told you that. I told you how I was feeling, and I told you that, you know, I feel like it didn't need to go down like that, you know, because I've been with you for 7 years. Like, I started, when you first came out, I was one of the first persons there, so I was like, damn, we can't go out like this. So, you know, I also want to apologize for not taking the initiative to maybe like blow your phone up. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't be blowing you up. Maybe I shouldn't be just calling more. Maybe I shouldn't be like, nah, it's not like that. It's like this. And maybe the middleman could have taken control of everything. And then us being here now. I feel like we couldn't really communicate, you know? And I know you're so busy, so it's like, it's just like, it was one of those things. I didn't want to call your brother, even though I have a great communication with your brother, LJ, and with Jason, but, you know, obviously, if they got to pick a side, you know, they got to,
always.
They got to, you know, you're their blood family, so it's like, for me, it's like, okay, she's feeling this way right now, okay, we got to take Lemmy's side, which is understandable, because obviously, Realistic is going to take my side. So everybody's got to, okay, we got to separate for a minute, but I just feel horrible. I feel horrible, and I'm just like, damn, like, when I see you, maybe that's why my heart was like, you need to go talk to him. And then Melissa didn't want to stop. He stopped. I was like, no, you got to stop.
Wow.
No, that's just, you can talk.
First of all, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. And I 1000% accept your apology. I forgive you, and I love you. And I appreciate everything that you said prior to this moment, and even in this moment. So I thank you for that. And again, I'm apologetic as well for how I made you feel. And again, that's not in my heart to try to make you feel like I'm doing something in any type of way to cause harm, meaning with the business of things. And, you know, when I had communicated that I felt a certain way about, you know, the agreement, you know, I do feel like, you know, I wish things would have been a little different and we could have handled it differently. But we're here now, and this is a blessing, and this is a beautiful moment, and it shows growth. It shows that, you know, we as humans could hold ourselves accountable. And I think it just shows how strong our bond and relationship is from a personal and business perspective. And so I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you and your newborn, or your new baby on the way. Excuse me. I got a song, by the way, called Baby on the Way. But with your baby on the way, and I'm beyond excited for you and Ballistic. And I think it's going to be a beautiful new chapter for you guys. And I can tell you that this new chapter with me and Scotty having a baby is changed me. And I think you even said
I said that. I feel like I felt when I spoke to you, when I ran into you Friday and then seen you Saturday, I told Melissa, I was like, I'm talking to like a new person. And I feel like I haven't spoken to you prior to Friday and Saturday, like maybe like 6 months before.
Yeah.
I feel like in the past 6 months, like you completely, even the way you just, the way everything about you is like, it's not the same. Like I told my husband, I was like, I'm like, that's not the same Lemmy I know for 6 months ago. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know if it's the baby, I don't know what it is. I don't know what he got going on over there, but I just feel like when I was talking to you, you don't even use the same words anymore.
Right.
It's crazy. Like I don't know what that is, but I just when I was
the baby, man, it's the baby girl. I had a baby girl.
You had a baby girl, yeah. It changed.
LJ changed too. You know, he got a baby boy.
He got a baby boy, yeah. Yeah, so just talking to you, I was like, it's what happened?
I can't see.
Put your glasses on.
I got sunglasses. These are prescription. Oh, okay, yeah. Of course. Sorry. You know, we're raw, so we don't hear it.
You don't have prescription?
No, not on the sunglasses, but listen, we said everything we need to say. Thank you. I appreciate you. And this is great. I do want to say I'm proud of not only the baby, but you have started your own network. So congratulations on Why Are You Here TV.
Thank you.
And anybody out there doing these bots and her stuff, stop botting her page, stop spamming her page. She thinks it's me, it's not me. So I'm just letting y'all know it's not me. So I know that's important. You know, please don't stop spamming or botting either one of us. But I am proud of your new network and your new business venture. So I think I'm excited to see where it goes.
It's my husband that works for the 25,000.
Y'all network, you guys are partners.
We're married. It's my husband's network, and you know how it came about. Ballistic just